Sports Saturday continues. Again, here's Brent Musburger.
Good afternoon again, everybody, and CBS Sports Saturday. We'll go from the magnificence of Bob Gilder's double eagle on the 18th to the sweat and tears of championship boxing. The place, Highland Hills, Ohio. At stake, the WBC Super Lightweight Championship. Now, the title holder, Saoul Mamby, will battle Leroy Haley. And let's go out to Tim Ryan now to set the stage. Tim?
Brent, Saoul Mamby is one of the best-kept secrets in boxing. He's the WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the world, and yet he's making his first featured appearance on national television as the champion. He's in his dressing room at this moment preparing to meet Leroy Haley in his 6th title defense. Mamby getting onto the national tube for the first time in a featured role, looking to impress fans and prove that he is deserving of the title. He has defended those 5 times successfully. In his first title defense, it was against Esteban de Jesus, the former junior lightweight champion of the world. And in this particular fight, he did wind up with a knockout, a 13th round stoppage of de Jesus. Since then, he has defended 4 times, but going the distance. He is a beautiful technician, not known as a great puncher. We suspect that today he wants to show all of his skills. It'll be against this man, Leroy Haley, ranked number 3 in the world, the current North American champion from Las Vegas, Nevada. And that is the matchup we have coming up here on Sports Saturday, and we'll be back with all of the action from Highland Heights, Ohio. Right now, let's go back to Brent in New York.
All right, Tim, you are going to have a very busy summer because CBS Sports is happy to announce today that we're going to be televising the WBA Heavyweight Championship fight next month. On July 25th, CBS Sports Sunday will bring you live the defense of the title by the champion Mike Weaver. The challenger is Randall Cobb. And later on this afternoon, we're going to show you this man known as Super Texan. Take a look at this unusual training habit away from the ring. How's that for staying in shape? We're also going to be taking a look at the team and franchise that used to be known as the Family, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and why they have not been able to capitalize on their world championship of 3 short years ago. And Irv Cross will join us today for an unusual outing. He was outward bound in a program where man battles nature and man does not always win. In the more conventional side of sport today, rain delayed play for the 5th time in 6 days at Wimbledon. Earlier, though, we told you that Billie Jean King and Vitas Gerulaitis won their matches after the weather cleared somewhat. And the men's 5th seed, Johan Kriek, went 5 sets against West Germany's Peter Elter before advancing. The 6th-seeded woman, Wendy Turnbull, was a winner in straight sets. Now in baseball, the first game of a doubleheader today in Wrigley Field saw the Cardinals beat the Cubs 4-1. Bruce Sutter, who's been struggling of late, gains his league-leading 16th save. And the last 2 weeks have seen several prominent names mentioned as an outgrowth of former football player Don Reese's charges in Sports Illustrated on cocaine abuse in the National Football League. The latest man mentioned was last season's Rookie of the Year, George Rogers of New Orleans. Thursday, Rogers admitted that during the 1981 season, he bought more than $10,000 worth of cocaine from former Saint running back Mike Strawn. Rogers made the admission to a federal grand jury sitting in New Orleans. It was also reported by Jack Anderson that former Saint Chuck Muncie was subject to being arrested for drug use unless the Saints traded him elsewhere.
Was there any connection with that, with the Anderson story?
No, I've answered that before. It's come up before. John Meekum lets his coach trade the players, and I have knowledge of it, and Chuck Muncie was not traded because of drugs.
Muncie was in New Orleans Friday where he met with the grand jury. He did not speak with reporters. Rogers is also refusing to comment on the reports of his possible drug use. It is also reported that in his testimony before the grand jury, Rogers stated that second-year New Orleans quarterback Dave Wilson also purchased cocaine from Mike Strawn.
I wouldn't want to pin us down to any future actions, of course, but what I can say is that our primary concern is to the supplier and not the user.
Meanwhile, Strawn was re-indicted yesterday for cocaine selling.
Our basic course in trying to combat it is to offer rehabilitation through the clubs and through the cooperation of the league office and give them confidentiality, and hopefully that will be successful. We've had several players take advantage of it this off-season, and we want to get to more of them, because if there's one on a club, it's just devastating.
We will fill you in on any late developments in that breaking story, as well as the rest of the day in sports. And CBS Sports Saturday takes you to the ring for championship boxing when we continue in just a moment.
CBS Sports Saturday is sponsored by the 1982 Volkswagens. Nothing else is a Volkswagen. Natural Light, the beer with a taste for food. And by Michelin Tires, the company that pioneered the radio.
Saoul Mamby, a champion who wants some respect. Time to find out now if he can earn some on CBS Sports Saturday. Let's go out live to Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy.
Brent, Saoul Mamby is 35 years of age, the oldest active champion in boxing today, and as we mentioned earlier, and you just did, he's really still looking for respect and recognition. People in his own country don't know much about him. He's from the Bronx, New York, and he won the title in 1980. After losing a split decision in his first try for the title in Thailand, Mamby won the WBC crown in Seoul, Korea, with a 14th round knockout of Sang Hyun Kim. Continuing his international odyssey for acceptance as a true champion, he has defended his title 5 times, but Mamby's acclaim has been largely his own.
When I won the title, it was a shock. Nobody gave me credit. Nobody even thought I had the ability, but I did it. I beat the odds 3 million to 1, and it was a shock to the boxing world that I won. It wasn't a shock to me.
While he still seeks recognition as a world champion in the rest of the country, Mamby is a hero in his hometown, where recently he was honored with a day in the Bronx.
I really admire myself. I look back at what I went through, you know. I mean, a young man from the South Bronx, through the slums and the boondocks of Vietnam, through the dinky gyms, through the little club fights, to the top of the world. I've accomplished it. I'm satisfied.
Saoul Mamby, the WBC super lightweight champion, with us as usual, Gil Clancy on our boxing coverage. And Gil, here's a young man who during this past week in the gym has been boxing very aggressively and sparring right through Thursday. Looked like he might be trying to impress people with the fact that he is also a puncher and not just the technician and the somewhat boring boxer that he's often been accused of being.
Well, Tim, that was in the gymnasium. I don't think a leopard can change his spots, especially an old leopard. Saoul Mamby is a great technician. That's what he has to do. He's going to try to make Haley reach, going to try to make him miss, and nail him with jabs and counter punches. Haley, on the other hand, has good head and body movement, attacks from a bob and weave with both hands. It's going to be an interesting, strategical fight to watch.
All right, well, let's find out more about Leroy Haley, ranked number 3 in the world and the holder of the NABF title. Irish Leroy Haley getting a chance to avenge an earlier defeat at the hands of Willie Rodriguez in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And this time, it is for the vacant North American crown. After a grueling 12-round bout, Haley comes away with the decision and is the new champion and is recognized as such by announcer Chuck Gull. The normally reserved Haley shows that he is a gymnast and also a showman.
Nobody beats the Irishman twice. I didn't show up in Pennsylvania, but I showed up tonight. 95% of me did.
Here is Leroy Haley live in Highland Heights, Ohio, ranked number 3 in the world. He's from Garland, Arkansas, and his name is indeed Irish Leroy Haley. It was his given name from his father, Leroy Haley Sr. He prefers to go by Leroy, but when he's in the boxing ring, of course, it's what you call a good angle. Here comes the champion, Saoul Mamby from the Bronx, New York, born of a Jamaican father, a Spanish mother. Converted to Judaism when he was just 4 years of age, along with his parents, and certainly an interesting ethnic and religious background, and a young man at age 35, not so young in terms of boxing, but he is still in superb condition, making his 6th title defense and getting finally an opportunity on national television to show all of the USA his considerable boxing skills. And so Mamby will defend against Leroy Haley here in Highland Heights, Ohio, when we return in just a moment on CBS Sports Saturday. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy back here in Highland Heights, Ohio. Where is it? For those of you who don't know, it's a beautiful suburban area of Cleveland, Ohio, about 30 minutes from the downtown area. And we are about ready to go in this championship action. Saoul Mamby against Leroy Haley. And let's go to our ring announcer, Mike Lewis.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Front Row Theater in beautiful Highland Heights, Ohio, Don King Productions is pleased and proud to bring you today 15 rounds for the WBC World Super Lightweight Championship. This belt in the red corner from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 139 1/2 pounds, wearing green trunks, the challenger, Leroy Mudhead Haley. And in the blue corner, the WBC World Champ from New York City, New York, weighing 138 3/4 pounds, wearing white trunks, Greek Saoul Mamby. The referee for today's bout will be Cleveland's own Jackie Saoul.
Well, you saw the record of the champion Saoul Mamby. Here is the tail of the tape. The older and taller Saoul Mamby against Leroy Haley, an equally experienced fighter in terms of the number of fights. They both had plenty of experience in professional boxing, and if you are wondering about 12 defeats for a champion, realize that most of those came much earlier in his career. Mamby, indeed, is on a 12-bout win streak, and as we have mentioned, is defending his crown for the 6th consecutive time. Leroy Haley, 45-2 and 2 draws, 1 no contest. He has lost only twice, and one of those he avenged, that victory over Willie Rodriguez. Neither known as explosive knockout punchers. Haley with 15 knockouts in 45 victories. Mamby with 14 in 32 victories. Certainly the better technician, and you will see his exceptional boxing skills. Saoul Mamby, the champion, who has managed to travel the world in pursuit of larger purses that he could earn at home, and has defeated several different nationalities in defense of his crown. And so it is the champion in white and the challenger Haley in green.
And you spoke about Mamby's record, the fact that he had 12 losses, and it is a deceiving record. And it bears out the theory that I always believed in, that once a fighter wins the championship, he somehow seems to improve. He begins to feel like a champion and he fights like one. And that's the case with Saoul Mamby.
And Mamby's been in there with some considerable talent in defeat. Roberto Duran and the great Kid Pambele Cervantes. Good solid right hand landed by Leroy Haley. We are just underway in this scheduled 15-round championship bout.
Tim, I was just about to say that Mamby has never been knocked down. And as you say, he was in with Roberto Duran. When Duran was at his peak, he was in with other good fighters, Cervantes, Harold West in the welterweight, and he's never been off his feet.
Round number 1 scheduled for 15. The WBC scoring by 3 judges at ringside. They are former heavyweight star Jimmy Bivens, who lives here in Cleveland, Roberto Ramirez from Puerto Rico, Jose Juan Guerra from Monterrey, Mexico. The non-scoring referee is another former boxer from Cleveland, Jackie Keel. 10-point must system in effect. 9 or fewer to the winner of a round. There can be a 10-10 even round.
Irish Leroy Haley has been talking to Mamby already. First round, you think he'd be a little nervous in a world championship fight. He's very, very relaxed out there.
He has been a very relaxed young man in preparation for this fight. We watched him train out at Don King's farm out there during the week, and he looked very sharp in the gym and not taking the champion, not showing the champion a great deal of respect in his pre-fight comments. He seems to be treating this as just another fight which he expects to win. And Haley has landed the best punch of the fight thus far, that solid right hand, a few moments ago. Now he digs a combination of the body.
Mamby has a reputation as a slow starter, Tim. Most fights, he doesn't get unwound until about the 4th or 5th round. And looks like that's the case again today.
told us the other day that was his conditioning against Termite Watkins in the heat of Las Vegas. And won that fight. He said, I knew Watkins was running out of gas, and here's a 35-year-old champion, and he is just superbly conditioned.
It's not only the conditioning, it's the fact that he's very, very relaxed in the ring. When you're relaxed, you know where you are. You just don't get tired.
Showing that good, solid, straight jab, scoring to the chin of Haley. The last exchange. His wife, Yolanda, is here. Yolanda Mamby, and one of their 2 boys, Saoul Jr. 9-year-old. They have a 10-month-old baby at home, Raoul. So they have Saoul and Raoul, the Mamby family. Round number 2, the champion Saoul Mamby in the white trunks, the challenger Leroy Haley in green. Good start for Haley in round 1, and now Mamby indicating that he had been hit low. Referee apparently did not see it that way, did not warn Haley. Haley is managed by Carl King, the son of the promoter Don King, and trainer Dal Smith and Lee Black. In his corner, Gene Wilcox manages Leroy Haley. His trainer is Charles Schubert. Neither fighter has been active recently. Haley's last fight was in November, a 3rd-round knockout, non-title bout of it. It's not an NABF title bout. He stopped Bo Moody in 3, and Mamby last defended his crown in December against Obisia Nwangpa in Lagos, Nigeria.
Tim, Haley is fighting a very, very smart fight. He's not going right to Mamby. He's making Mamby throw the first punch. He's slipping underneath and he's banging Mamby with the counter punches instead of the other way around. Mamby figured him to walk right in, move his head, and try to punch with both hands, but he's not doing that. Staying outside, being patient, waiting for Mamby to miss, and then he comes in, as he just did then.
Break. Haley, the stronger puncher of the 2. And yet, again, as we commented, neither fighter with terribly impressive knockout records. 15 for Haley in 45 victories, 14 for Mamby in 32.
You notice Haley is staying outside. Staying outside, he's fighting a taller man, and he's staying outside. Not fighting the fight expected of him, but it's been very, very effective. There he is.
Long reaching right hand by the champion Mamby scoring. Second round scheduled for 15, live from Highland Heights, Ohio on CBS Sports Saturday. Tomorrow we have more championship action. Sugar De Leon defends his WBC Cruiserweight crown against S.T. Gordon. Right here on CBS. Under a minute to go in round number 2. There's warning to Haley. Referee Keogh. Was that for a low blow as well?
It was for a low blow.
Yeah.
Blow is borderline, Tim.
All right, great.
25 seconds remaining, round 2. A little bit different start than we expected. And Haley, with the unexpected strategy, doing a good job early in this fight. Final seconds of round number 2. Silver lightweight championship of the world. Round number 3, Tim Ryan and Joe Clancy live from Highland Heights, Ohio. And Leroy Haley on the attack here in round number 3. Smashing blows to the body of the champion Mamby. We've given Haley the first 2 rounds on our scorecard.
Mostly because of lack of aggression on Mamby's part, Tim. We mentioned that the leopard couldn't change his spots, and he is not fighting a very aggressive fight at this moment.
True enough. Not at all like we saw in the gym earlier this week. He was beating up on sparring partners, indeed daring them to try and knock him out. That was 2 days before the fight. Haley gets very low in a crouch, and of course he is 2 inches shorter than the champion Mamby. When he gets into that crouch, he's at about 5'4", and he throws most of his punches straight upward.
Watch your head.
Third round action, scheduled for 15. Saoul Mamby, the Vietnam veteran, honored with a day of his own in the Bronx, New York, a couple of weeks back.
Punch your way up. Come on, you got it. All right, break it up.
Mamby would very much like to be impressive in his victory here today if he can win it and try to unify the title against Aaron Pryor, the WBA champion at 140 pounds.
And right now he's donating the rounds to Leroy Haley because he just isn't active enough.
Under a minute to go, round number 3.
Your punches up, please.
Overhand right landed by the champion, but Haley just fired right back to the body.
And to the head. And he landed a good left hook to the chin after the body punches. Got much the better of the exchange. He just seems so much more alive than Mamby at this particular time in the fight.
Final seconds of round number 3. A slow start by the champion Saoul Mamby in defense of his WBC super lightweight crown. This is round number 4, scheduled for 15. Leroy Haley, the challenger in green.
In Mamby's corner, they didn't plan any strategy change. They just said, keep boxing, Saul. Keep doing what you're doing.
Mamby going toe-to-toe in that exchange. Now starting to back up Haley for the first time in the fight. The champion into the corner, and he paid the price for it because Mamby let go with both hands, and those are his best punches of the fight. Another low blow from Haley. Gets the warning from referee Keogh. Alert our local stations along the line. At the end of this round, we'll be going to a 30-second station break.
All right, get out of here. Let's go. Come on, you're tied up.
Mamby has stiffened up his punches quite a lot, Tim.
He also got one of his low blows back there.
Well, that's you hit me and I'll hit you. Now they're even. I think Haley still has an edge.
Yeah. Oh, good solid left hand by Haley. It set the champion Mamby back on his heels, and Mamby leaned right into the punch. Now having to hang on.
Haley has such an awful style that it's tough for a stylist like Mamby to just get used to it. He's trying to figure Haley out, but the punches are coming from odd angles. Very, very difficult.
Under a minute to go, round 4. Haley just missed with a strong right hand, raising the chin of the champion.
Awkwardly cute is what we call a fighter like Leroy Haley. Odd guys to fight.
All right, break it up. Break it up.
Under 30 seconds to go, round 4. Mamby having early difficulty here solving the awkward attack. Leroy Haley, who has been the attacker through much of the early going.
All right, get out of here. Come on.
We'll return with more championship boxing after this word from your local station.
This is CBS. Tomorrow on CBS Sports Sunday, Carlos de Leon faces a challenge of S.T. Gordon for the WBC Cruiserweight Championship, plus the Cascade Runoff Road Race. CBS Sports Sunday tomorrow.
This is round number 5 upcoming, and you're looking at the champion, Saoul Mamby, making his 6th title defense, and he has been all over the world in defense of his title. He's defended twice here in the United States, neither time getting national television exposure. His last outing was in Lagos, Nigeria. One thing about Saoul is he has appreciated the fact that he's been a world traveler. He's learned a great deal. Boxing has given him that opportunity, and Haley banging to the body. It looks like Mamby complained about a low blow again, and now Haley just keeps on coming, backing up the champion.
Just seems so much more strong, so much more active than Mamby. Mamby has to wake up. He's got to get in his
solid
right on
by
his chin.
Haley.
Well, Mamby has never been knocked down. Now we know why. He can take some shots.
Haley lands a left. Mamby just winks at him. Haley, we've watched in the gym during the week and in previous fights, Gil, he tends to reach for a lot of his punches, and some opportunities that he's had to follow on. He doesn't quite get the distance, does he?
That's right, Tim, but today he's so much more active, and Mamby just seems to be not with it. He's jumping in. Instead of reaching, he's able to get to Mamby. In the gym, he was reaching with that left hand, and it looked like Mamby was going to have a picnic, but doesn't look that way now. See, he moves in quick with his feet.
All right, get out of there. Come on. Step back.
Once more, we want to remind our local stations that we'll be going to a 30-second station break at the end of this 5th round. Leroy Haley, the challenger in green, scoring again to the body in an overhand right. Mamby forced to back up through all of this round.
All sorts of awkward punches. And, you know, we compare boxing to dancing. We say it's tough to dance with a girl that can't dance. A fellow like Haley's got this awkward style, and Mamby just can't get with it. He can't get any rhythm at all.
Did it ever occur to you that you might be the lousy dancer? It might have been your problem.
All right. Tim, I wasn't thought this is just a boxing expression.
Oh, I see. Okay, under a minute to go. I don't know. We voted Angelo Dundee the best dancer among our boxing people.
He's the best follower. He can't lead.
Mamby, the champion in white. Leroy Haley has been the busier man and landed the more effective punches by far, as we see it, through the first 4 rounds, and then some. We have under 30 seconds to go in round 5. Again, we remind that he is a slow start of the champion. In his pattern.
It becomes simple arithmetic, Tim. If you give away 5 rounds, you're going to have to win 8 out of the next 10 to win the fight, unless you knock the guy out.
15 seconds to go, round number 5 from Highland Heights, Ohio. We'll return with more championship boxing after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.
The sports team to watch.
Round number 6 coming up as we look into the corner of the challenger, Leroy Haley, and a little swelling under his left eye. And his handler's working on that at the moment. But he has been the man as we see this fight thus far. Tim Ryan with Joe Clancy live on CBS Sports Saturday. Tomorrow, the WBC Cruiserweight Championship at 190 pounds. Carlos Sugar De Leon from Puerto Rico defending against S.T. Gordon.
Mamby was standing up in his corner, Tim, bouncing up and down, trying to get some life into his legs, as if to say to himself, let's go, Saul, let's go.
Both fighters in excellent condition, having no problem making the 140-pound weight limit.
Leroy Haley trained at Don King's farm, Tim, and you have to get in good condition there because there's nothing else to do except train, eat, and sleep, and do road work.
Maybe cut some hay or something. That's about it. Great setup for boxing.
Beautiful setup for boxing. Couldn't be better.
Saoul Mamby, the champion in white. Leroy Haley from Las Vegas in green. Exchanged by by both fighters landing on that one.
All right, get out.
Again, I have to say that Haley is awkwardly cute. He's a clever cookie, Tim. May not look it, but he's clever. Moves that head, changes his height, bends his knees.
Well, he's had only 2 losses against 45 wins, 2 draws.
Now he's letting Mamby come to him. Changes round to round.
All right, get out there. Watch your head. Watch his head.
Mamby with a short right hand to the ear inside.
Best punches of the fight by Mamby, Tim.
Haley just kind of resting on the ropes, waiting to explode, and there he comes out. Under a minute to go. Round 6.
Watch your head.
Solid right hand landed by the challenger.
All right, get out.
Here comes Mamby.
Oh, right hand by the challenger again. Over the left of the champion, another right hand lands. Mamby digging a right hand back to the body.
Okay, break.
Looked like Mamby was going to have a good round, Tim, but Haley took it right back away from him with those solid punches.
Final seconds of round number 6. Saoul Mamby having all kinds of problems with Leroy Haley.
You got to win every fight. Let's go.
Round number 7, Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy live at ringside in Highland Heights, Ohio. The champion, Saoul Mamby, defending his WBC 140-pound title against the challenge of Las Vegas' Leroy Haley. We have Haley comfortably ahead in the early going, but Mamby has never been knocked down in his long professional career and has built a reputation as a strong finisher, so there's a long way to go. Here's the best exchange of the fight, and the challenger comes out with the better of it, backing up Mamby with that last left hook.
Watch your head. Step back.
WBC heavyweight champion Larry Holmes is in attendance today, along with some other prominent heavyweights, Trevor Berbick, Greg Page, Michael Dokes. All here to watch this championship bout and tomorrow's cruiserweight title.
Mamby has become a lot more active with that left hand, Tim, and it borderlines on an open glove jab. Very, very close to an open glove jab. Very quick jab.
Haley has shown no respect at all for Mamby.
Well, Mamby never has been known as a big puncher, Tim, and, you know, going in, he knew that he was going to have to out-hustle Mamby to win the fight, and that's what he's trying to do. Again, Mamby, the master tactician, so far Leroy Haley has been using some pretty good tactics. He has Mamby fighting his fight.
We're in round 7, scheduled for 15, under a minute to go this round. Mamby has scored with that jab. He hasn't been able to make things happen off the jab, it appears to me. The awkward style of Haley just making it impossible for him to make things happen behind that jab.
But what will happen, Tim, if he lands a few good stiff jabs, then you can feint the jab and get rid of your combination. That's what he's going to have to do. Jab and then feint, then get rid of a good combination, body and head. So far, right now, the only thing he can find Haley with really is that jab, and it's a flicking jab. It's an annoying jab.
20 seconds remaining, round 7. Final seconds in the 7th round.
Raise your head. Go.
This is round number 8. Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy, the champion Saoul Mamby in white, against Leroy Haley in green. And Haley, as we have seen it, has had the best of it in the earlier going, although Mamby's come on a little better in the last couple of rounds.
You know, Tim, maybe you ought to think of a new career. Take off that headset and become a corner man, because you mentioned that Mamby wasn't doing anything behind his jab, and that's just what Lee Black told Mamby in the corner. He said, yeah, once you get that jab, and he said, then come in with the other artillery.
Well,
you want to change
no,
jobs,
I
Tim?
don't think so. I'm going to leave that to the professionals. It just has struck me that Haley has made it difficult for Mamby to do much behind the jab because he's all angles and pitching from all portions of the ring, it seems. It's very hard to contain to get combinations onto.
Well, Mamby's coming now, Tim. He's trying a little harder. Trying to put his punches together.
All right, break.
Leroy Haley from Las Vegas, Nevada.
In Mamby's corner, they said that Haley he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. But the trouble is either does Mamby, and I don't think anybody else does with this kid's style.
Haley just landed 2 good shots to the champion. There's a good solid right hand from Mamby, but Haley comes right back off it, digging a body blow that was very near the belt again. Seems every time Haley gets hit, he hits you right back. Right hand lead by Mamby. We haven't seen much of that.
Watch your head. Watch your head, Leroy.
Just bumped heads, Tim. I hope nobody gets cut.
Good punch. Okay.
Under a minute to go, round number 8.
Oh, big left hook. Big left
by
hook
Haley.
by Haley.
Well, Haley figured to be trouble for the champion in this bout, and he sure has been.
He's smart, Tim. He's a very, very cute fighter. Changes off. One minute he's coming in, next minute he's letting you lead to him. Very, very smart fighter.
Under 30 seconds to go, round 8. Leroy Haley, born in Garland, Arkansas. His family moved to Las Vegas when he was 11. Graduated from high school in Vegas. He's a high school star in several sports before turning to boxing. Final seconds.
All right, let's go.
Here you see Haley with that low position, with that good solid left hook that he nailed Mamby with last round.
Back live now in round number 9. Leroy Haley in green, the champion Mamby in white.
Mamby's running after Haley now. Before the fight, we thought it was going to be the other way around, but Haley's suckling him in all the time.
Hey, break.
35
Saul has to land a couple of good solid punches. He really has to hurt Haley now, I think, to really get into this fight.
35-year-old Mamby says the late rounds are his rounds. He has proved that in the past, but he hasn't been in against a guy as difficult as Leroy Haley, who just scored with a combination inside. Mamby trying to trap him in the corner, but Haley trying to battle his way out.
Well, he hurt Mamby with those punches, Tim. Really did. They were good, solid punches, short and solid. What's happening now? Haley's on the ropes, and Mamby just won't get off. You have to get off. You have to get that motor started. Now Mamby wants it to come to the center of the ring. You see Haley just staying in there and say, come on, throw a punch, throw a punch.
Oh, good, solid right hand by Haley. Just brought Mamby in.
Now listen, you got to watch this punch, both of you, hear me?
That's what he's
Keep the
doing.
punches up.
Just waiting. Here he's waiting again. He's letting Mamby come, and Mamby just won't unload that big artillery.
We heard referee Keogh warn them both for low blows. Now Mamby starting to connect to Haley in the corner, so Haley ties him up. Very experienced fighter, and very
Isn't it strange now? Haley was doing so well moving around. Now he's inviting Mamby to come to the ropes, and he paid for it. Now here he's going to do it again. Don't understand that, Tim. Why change in midstream when you're winning?
All right.
Well, the first couple of times Mamby came in, though, Haley had the better of it. The next couple of times, Mamby came away with more scoring punches. Under a minute to go.
The thing is, you don't change, Tim. And look at these punches he's getting hit with now. It's not necessary. He has that good body and head movement, and he can move around. That was what was effective for him.
All right, break. I'll punch.
He seems to be enjoying himself, Haley.
Right hand lead landed. And an overhand right by the champion, Mamby scored. Under 30 seconds to go, round 9. Coming to the end now, the 9th round, and we'll return here to Highland Heights, Ohio shortly. And at the end of this round, we're going to go to Brent Musburger in New York.
All right, we're going to get right back to Tim Ryan, but a reminder tomorrow on CBS Sports Sunday, starting at 2:30, we'll see if Bob Gilder can break the PGA single tournament record. If he shoots a 64, he'll do it. He leads the Westchester Classic after 3 rounds by 6 strokes. He's ahead of Tom Kite, and look at what happened here on the 18th. The impossible dream for a professional golfer. A double eagle, and he closes out today 65. He now is 64, 63, 65 for the first 3 rounds, and tomorrow he'll go for the 64. Right now, back to Tim Ryan.
Pick up that left hand when you move it. Because you didn't hit with a right hand counter. Where's he at?
And you heard the instructions to Saoul Mamby, the champion here, getting more than he bargained for. And Leroy Haley as we go into round 10, scheduled for 15. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy live from Highland Heights, Ohio, the Front Row Theater.
Tim, it's a funny thing. Mamby told us, you know, that the championship distance is his distance. He's good at the end of a fight from 10 to 15 as his rounds. I think he started around early last round because at the end of the last round, Haley looked very, very tired when he went back to his corner.
Haley has been 12. He's never been 15 before. Could well be a factor here in the later rounds. And he is backing up with the champion stalking him.
Just doesn't look steady, Tim. Haley's been doing so good, but he just doesn't look steady right now.
Good combination scored by the champion, Mamby. Mamby corner exhorting him to jab, jab, and follow, and it's working.
All right, breaking it.
It's working because Haley has lost a lot of his body movement. He's backing up and he's standing straight. Mamby has a target right in front of him. The earlier Leroy Haley, earlier in the fight, wouldn't have got hit with those punches.
Wild swinging right hand by Haley stopped Mamby's onslaught momentarily. But Mamby has taken charge here in round 10.
No, not really. Not really, Tim. He's really tired, though.
Right hand to the chin of the champion by Haley, but he is swinging more in desperation now with less ability to throw punches and combinations with the same zip he showed earlier. He's kind of loading up and throwing one at a time.
Those wide punches tire you out too, Tim. And he's been throwing a lot of wide punches all during the fight. He has to get a second win. If he gets a second win, he'll breeze in as the new champion. But if not, he may get stopped.
Under a minute to go in the 10th round. The champion, Saoul Mamby, in white coming on.
Okay. All right, get out of here.
Under 30 seconds to go. In the 10th round, a good left hand by Haley. Backed up Mamby.
All right, break. Break, let's go, let's go.
Mamby seems to be a little more into it here, as he should be at this stage of the fight, the way it's been going. Final seconds of round number 10. Round number 11, Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy here in Highland Heights, Ohio, live on CBS Sports Saturday. The challenger, Leroy Haley, started this round breathing heavily. His mouth is open now. And the champion, Mamby, still looks fresh and strong, as he usually does in these late rounds. But we gave Haley in our card the first 5 rounds in round number 8. So it will be a very close fight at this point. We assume the judges seeing it at least somewhat similarly to our viewpoint. Jimmy Bivens from Cleveland, Roberto Ramirez from Puerto Rico, Jose Juan Guerra from Monterrey, Mexico are the judges doing the scoring.
Tim, in my opinion, Mamby has to make a real strong run these last 5 rounds, or he's going to walk out the next champion.
I have the feeling that Haley is, that weariness, though, may wind up being a premature finish to a decision.
Usually in a fight, Tim, a guy does get tired, and if he's in condition, he comes back with a second win. And you can expect that from Haley, because we know he was in really heavy training, good training for this fight.
Round number 11, WBC Super Lightweight Championship. Tomorrow, the WBC Cruiserweight Championship. Sugar de Leon from Puerto Rico defending against American S.T. Gordon. You'll see it on CBS Sports Sunday. One of several boxing weekend doubleheaders we have coming up the next several weeks on CBS, including the Cobb Weaver WBA Heavyweight Championship. Again, we'd like to alert our stations along the line. At the conclusion of this round, we'll be going to another 30-second station break.
Haley's dancing now, Tim. He's dancing. Feels good. Feels good.
Yes, he does. You predicted the second win for a well-conditioned fighter. Mamby's still coming at him, however, with under a minute to go, round 11.
Mamby keeps trying to nail him with a right hand, but Haley has the ability to get so low in a crouch. There, it just happened again. He slips right underneath that right hand.
Oh, what a big right hand by Haley to the chin of the champion. And while it moves his head, nothing else moves. He can certainly take a punch.
He has to have the best chin in boxing, Tim, right now. Take a punch like that.
He's never been down.
All right, oh, break.
Final seconds. We'll return with more championship boxing after this word from your local station.
This is CBS. Coming up in 2 weeks on CBS Sports Saturday, a battle of the undefeated as lightweight Cubanito Perez meets Edwin Rosario, one of boxing's brightest young prospects, here on CBS Sports Saturday.
Leroy, let's go.
Let's take a look at that big right hand from round number 11. There it is from Leroy Haley, right on the chin. And Mamby, while it, as we said, it knocked some sweat off his head, that's all it did. And there's Larry Holmes sitting right next to us here and enjoying the recent success over Jerry Cooney in Las Vegas. We'll be chatting with Larry following the conclusion of this fight. This is round number 12 of the WBC Junior Lightweight, the Super Lightweight Championship at 140 pounds. Haley in green, the champion, Mamby in white.
Haley is making Mamby fight a fight that he doesn't like to fight. He's making Mamby comfortable. He's moving around the ring and making Mamby throw the first punch. And then he jumps in quickly himself.
Well, Gil, the way our card looks here, Haley is in command here with 3 rounds remaining. Or 4, pardon me. We're in round 12. Oh, another big right hand scored by Haley.
All right, don't punch.
Haley just seems to be too strong for Mamby. Anytime they're in an exchange, it seems that Haley comes out with a big punch from those awkward positions. Gets low, comes back up high. Very, very difficult guy to fight, and well-conditioned. He looked tired earlier, but he's got that second win. He's coming on now, again.
Born in Garland, Arkansas, now living in Las Vegas.
Mamby's trying to figure him out. Then you can almost just see him trying to say, what do I have to do? How am I going to catch this guy?
All right, 12th round action scheduled for 15. Saoul Mamby making the 6th defense of his world title. Leroy Haley, the North American champion, ranked number 3 in the world, trying to take it away. Again, just kind of bringing in Mamby and trying to land that big one. And he has done that successfully several times, but can't send Mamby to the deck. Either fighter scoring cleanly in that last exchange. Under a minute to go in round 12. Again, we'll have a 30-second station break for our local stations at the end of this round.
Mamby has changed his punching pattern. He's trying all kinds of punches now. He's jabbing up, throwing little short uppercuts. Anything to nail this awkward guy, this awkward bending fighter, Leroy Haley.
Under 30 seconds remaining in round 12. Haley missing with the last 2 punches. We'll be returning with more championship boxing after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.
There is Yolanda Mamby, the wife of the champion Saoul, at ringside, looking fairly composed and relaxed at this moment. And there is Saoul Jr., 9-year-old boy. What a handsome young gentleman he is. And I asked him if this was his first road trip watching his dad fight. And he said, yes, it was. He's enjoying the whole thing. And his father having his problems in the ring right now against the challenge of Leroy Haley from Las Vegas.
Somehow Mamby has to have one big round, Tim. He has to put a little fear and respect into Haley. He hasn't been able to do it since the beginning of the fight. You mentioned the fact throwing that big artillery after the jab, but to do that you have to feint the guy and he has to fall for the feint. But Haley has no respect for him, so he's not paying any attention to his feints.
Haley appeared to be tiring in the 9th and 10th rounds. Indeed, we scored those for Mamby as we saw them. But he got that second win that Joe Clancy expected he would, and taken over again, and he rocks the champion with another right hand and another right hand. Now Mamby digging back with a combination of the head of the challenger.
He's very calm, Mamby. No matter what he gets hit with, Tim, he never loses his composure. Throwing those short little slapping punches in there. That's about all he can do right now, and hope that they take effect.
He's running out of rounds. A big right hand lead by Haley. Mamby is some tough customer. Oh, Haley lost his balance and fell into the ropes.
Well, they have very loose ropes, Tim. They really should have been tightened before the fight.
It was not a punch that sent him into those ropes. He just was attempting to step backwards and literally backed into the ropes. Nothing there to hold him up. Both fighters missing badly in that exchange.
Haley has a very simple solution to get away from punches. He just goes into a deep. When he fought Joe Louis, first time went the distance, Louis just didn't know what to do with him.
Under a minute to go, round 13.
Tim, am I showing my age when I mentioned Arturo Godoy and Joe Louis?
I didn't say anything, you know. I mean, you could have seen it in the fight films or something, you know.
Thank you. Another good combination by Haley, Tim. Mamby right about now, I think he's almost a miracle. And in Mamby's corner, they're saying, there you go. I don't know what they're looking at.
I think Haley's been very successful at luring Mamby in and counterpunching him, bringing him in, making it look like maybe a little tired or out of gas, waiting for that first punch from Mamby, and then bang, bang. He's landing the scoring punch.
What he does, he crouches low, and he comes up out of the crouch with those awkward punches.
Oh, he just landed a low blow and gets a warning from referee Keogh again. There have been no points deducted. If you've joined us along the way, there have been no knockdowns, neither fighter in serious trouble, but Leroy Haley, the way we see it, has been in command of this fight. Round number 14, Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy live in Highland Heights, Ohio, and the audience here at the Front Row Theater, I think, sensing that the crown may be changing hands. Irish Leroy Haley from Las Vegas, Nevada, as we see it, is in command of this fight. And Gil, I think it's safe to say that, in our view, the champion needs a knockout to win this fight.
That's my opinion, Tim. Again, we're not the judges. I think Mamby knows it, Tim. He's walking in flat-footed now, really trying to get some leverage on his punches.
Well, the disadvantage he has is that he is not known as a big knockout puncher. 14 KOs and 32 wins.
Well, you know, Tim, in late rounds of fights, you don't have to be that big a puncher. When the guy's a little tired, he'll go. Mamby has scored some knockouts, and most of them have been in the late rounds.
And his first title defense against DeJesus in the 13th.
And when he won the championship of the world.
In the 14th round against Kim
one punch. Well, here's the 14th again, Tim. Maybe this is his lucky round. Haley is just more active than Mamby.
Good combination scored by Mamby. The right hand to the face of Leroy Haley.
Haley's taking a little rest now, Tim. That could be a sign that he's really getting tired again. You don't get a third win, you know. You only get a second win.
Mamby, still not enough spark here for these last couple of rounds. Coming off that clinch very slowly, wasting his own time, it would appear.
Well, Saul has always been that way, Tim. He's always been a very good technician, Tim. Not with a lot of fire. Never had a lot of fire in the ring.
Under a minute to go, but time is the factor he is dealing with here. He must realize it, although, you know, we've seen some strange decisions before, so we're not counting him out as the winner of a decision. Scored with a good chopping right and another uppercut by the champion, Mamby. Haley missing. Haley clinching more, which serves as a defensive mechanism, but also a rest period for him in these last minutes of the fight.
You should never be ashamed to hold when you're in there, Tim. If you're a little tired, you have to get your composure. Grab a hold of the other guy and walk him around.
Final seconds here of round number 14. Final round. There is the challenger, Leroy Haley of Las Vegas. No doubt sensing victory, and he comes out swinging here in this final round, the champion, Mamby. As we see it, needs the knockout. On our card, we have him 8-5-1 with 8-5 with one even. Haley in front. Unofficial, of course. Judge from Puerto Rico, one from Mexico, one from Cleveland will do the scoring for the WBC. Mamby fighting more desperately here than he has throughout the fight.
Very calm, Saul Mamby. Very, maybe too calm, Tim.
Landed a left hand. Haley willing to slug with him here even in this final round, but now ties him up.
Well, they told him in this quarter, let it all hang out. You want to be the champion. This is it. He's tired, Tim. He's really tired. He landed that right hand, but it came from across the street.
Mouth wide open on the challenger. Leroy Haley takes a short chopping right from Mamby. Haley keeps throwing him. There's not much on his punches.
He's smart, though, Tim. He's staying inside, smothering Mamby's punches. Smart fighter, Leroy Haley. Now he just turned Mamby around.
We're in the final round of the WBC Super Lightweight Championship. Right hand by Haley. Scoring 124 remaining in the fight.
Another right hand by Haley. Timmy just lets Mamby walk right into them.
Mamby looking out at Larry Holmes, who's seated next to us, for some kind of encouragement or advice, and he hasn't got enough time to be looking elsewhere. Battering inside against Haley scoring to the body, but again smothered by Haley. The champion Mamby can sense his title slipping away. It was almost a plea looking over at Larry Holmes. Under a minute to go.
Here comes Mamby. And Haley just waiting to throw that right hand. There it is. I called it again for you, Tim. Just sets him up.
Right.
Sets him up for it.
Looked a little like Holmes throwing that right hand against Toomey. Another right hand lands. Mamby trying desperately here, but he cannot hold off the onslaught of Haley. The crowd is on its feet here in the front row theater. 20 seconds to go in the fight. Leroy Haley will just not let the champion Mamby get anything going here. Mamby throwing punches desperately, knocks the challenger into the ropes, but not down. Final seconds of the fight. The referee Keel trying to separate them. Mamby trying to break loose. And that's it. It's all over. The audience is on its feet here in the front row theater. And one would have to think that they feel as we do. They have seen the title change hands here in Highland Heights, Ohio. Leroy Haley of Las Vegas, Nevada, in a war against Saoul Mamby, and the chant of Leroy, Leroy comes up from this audience in Cleveland, Ohio. And we will be back with the decision of the judges and the WBC Junior Lightweight Championship in just a moment. Where's the judge?
Tomorrow on CBS Sports Sunday, Carlos de Leon faces a challenge of S.T. Gordon for the WBC Cruiserweight Championship, plus the Cascade Runoff Road Race. CBS Sports Sunday tomorrow.
All right, we are back here at the Front Row Theater in Highland Heights, Ohio, awaiting the decision in this WBC Super Lightweight Championship. And the cards are being gathered. We're looking for the ring announcer, Mike Lewis, who will be making the announcement of the decision here. It was a real fine display of boxing by the champion Mamby, a tremendous effort on the part of the challenger Leroy Haley, who gave Saoul Mamby perhaps more than he expected. And we're still awaiting the decision. We're going to be chatting with Larry Holmes, the heavyweight champion of the WBC, following the conclusion here of the proceedings involving this lightweight championship bout. And still now, here comes the announcer, Mike Lewis. Are we ready with the decision? All right, here's Mike Lewis with the decision. Ring announcer Mike Lewis got to get his glasses on here to read the card.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Jose Guerra scores the fight. 145, 142, Haley. Judge Roberto Ramirez scores the fight. 144, 143, Mamby. Judge Jimmy Bivens scores the fight. 148, 144, Haley, the winner, Leroy Haley.
Leroy Haley has won a split decision, and he's clearing the ring so he can do his victory flip. We're going to have him over here. Leroy. Here is the new super lightweight champion, Leroy Haley of Las Vegas. Leroy, were you surprised at the fact that it was a split decision? Did you think you had won unanimously?
Well, I know that he was fighting back real good. We demonstrated to the American people, to all the television networks, that we can entertain America. We were two boxers who wasn't supposed to be able to satisfy the audience and the national media, but I think we did today.
Leroy, that's credit to the champion Saoul Mamby as well, then. I know that it's a great thrill for you to lift the crown from a man who defended it successfully 5 times. What was your fight plan coming in?
Well, to get my jab working up and down, counter with right hands, if the opportunity to present himself, go to the body with left hook, and throw a multiple, a lot of different type of offenses and defenses at him to try and confuse him, because I knew he was a slick and a good fighter.
He's always good in the late rounds, and it looked like you were tiring in the 9th and 10th, but you got a second win.
Well, I've been inactive for a pretty good while, and about a month ago, my dad died, and I had to take off for a while. But Mamby is a credit to the junior welterweight division, and I think that he is the second best junior welterweight in the world.
All right, the former champion now has joined us here, Saoul Mamby. Sal, I heard you as you walked behind the cards as they were being read, saying that they stole it from you. Is that your view?
I think I won it, but, you know, it's political and a lot of things behind the scenes.
What do you mean it's political?
I'll talk about it later.
Well, how did you feel about the course of the fight? I mean, you did feel that you won it?
Yes, I did.
You said pulled it out. In other words, you're conceding you were behind early. Is that...
No, not really. I mean, I was taking my time figuring him out. I outboxed him. I pulled it, not that I pulled it out, I was beating him, I thought.
Well, Sal, you've been a great champion. Leroy Haley seemed to feel that 2 Americans in a title bout did a great job of entertaining boxing fans, and we certainly agree with him.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, Sal. Saoul Mamby, the former champion. Congratulations to Leroy Haley, the new WBC super lightweight champion of the world. We'll be returning back here to Highland Heights right now.